This is the Thank You Ocean Report. Today we focus on the current drought in California.
This drought is probably the most serious since water records were first kept in California. So in the last 150 or so years, this is the most serious.
John Laird is the California Secretary for Natural Resources. He says the last serious drought in California was in 1975, and I asked him, what have we learned from that experience?
One of the interesting things after the 1975 to 77 drought is a lot of people maintained their conservation ethic for the years after that. Once they had experienced what it meant, they got it. Since that time, Californians have gotten much more efficient in their water usage. For example, in Southern California, in the last 25 years or so, it has grown by between 4 and 5 million people on a lesser amount of state water. So they have handled their growth with efficiency.
But because they have been more efficient, in a drought such as the current one, there is less of a margin to conserve.
And it means that it's not quite as easy to take that 10 or 20 or 30% cut for conservation because they have been really efficient already.
Add to that the perception among some that we can handle this year's drought and all we need is a reasonable amount of rain next year. But
if we have one more year of drought, it is hard to contemplate how difficult that would be for certain places in the state. It will just be at a basic health and safety level of water for people to be like lifeline levels. And so I think just that is the issue that I'm not sure is being talked about.
For the first time in state history, the governor has directed the State Water Resources Control Board to implement mandatory water reductions in cities and towns across California to reduce water usage by 25%. This is a very interesting point. 70% of the average residential water use in California occurs outside the home. 30% is inside.
And so it is the obvious litany. Shorter showers. If you're going to wash dishes or clothes, make sure it is full loads. Try to ration out water for whatever it is your different uses are. It's pretty hard to imagine circumstances, if this continues, that lawns can be kept alive. There's just not the water for that.
It's clear from Secretary Laird's comments that all outdoor water usage needs to be reduced. We should focus on replanting lawns with drought-resistant trees and plants.
And so it is an issue almost everywhere, almost with every business and almost with every home.
And while there are technical changes we can make to use water more efficiently, the Secretary says we need to change behavior as well. And he says that past experience may provide some hope.
Well, in many ways, the way people change their behavior is to have to face the reality of the shortage. With water conservation, the reality is now, and I think people can get it now.
And my thanks to California Secretary for Natural Resources, John Laird. Now for your Thank You Ocean everyday action. Think about how you can cut water consumption by 25% every day. And for a complete list of tips, we'd like you to visit SaveOurWater.com. I'm Jerry Kay.